Hey guys, what's good? Derek here from Bomb Socks with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. So we're into chapters 5 and 6 of 3rd Nephi, and I love these chapters, especially chapter 5, as you have Mormon basically calling a timeout, and he wants to explain a little bit about what's going on right here. And he makes a bold declaration and a powerful declaration that's become a verse that many people have become familiar with this year. It's 3rd Nephi chapter 5, verse 13. It is the youth theme for this year. It has been the FSY theme. So all of the youth who are watching this is a very familiar verse to you. Verse 13, behold, I am a disciple of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. I have been called of him to declare his word among his people, that they might have everlasting life. So one interesting thing about this, as Mormon pauses on this, you go to his time period where he's writing this, he is not seeing a lot of discipleship. He's living around a group of people. I've said this many times, he's a prophet without a people. He sees these people not showing that discipline that discipleship deserves. In fact, that word disciple is rooted in the word discipline, which means training that corrects, molds, or perfects a person, and it shows great self-control. So it appears that during this time period, there are some people doing it, and Mormon wants to take some time to show that. True discipleship requires a lot from a person. One of the things that you could do, actually a couple things that you could do with this, you could go to the church's YouTube channel and you just search that youth theme, and you'll be able to see a wonderful montage of some great things that have been with this youth theme for this year. There have been so many videos to be able to explain what true discipleship is. You could talk to any teenager, any youth who participated in FSY this year, and ask them to explain to you what true discipleship means from their experience of focusing all around this verse. This is a phenomenal verse. In fact, I think Mormon even starts off this chapter showing you a little bit about what true discipleship looks like. Verse 1 of chapter 5, there was not a living soul among all the people of the Nephites who did doubt in the least the words of all the holy prophets who have spoken, for they knew that it must needs be that they must be fulfilled. A true disciple has faith in the prophet, the words of prophets. Verse 2, and they knew that it must be expedient that Christ had come, because of the many signs which have been given, according to the words of the prophets, and because of the things which had come to pass already, they knew that it must needs be that all things should come to pass according to that which had been spoken. True disciples look to Jesus Christ, and they know who he is, and they look for those connections to him. Verse 3, they did forsake all their sins and their abominations and their whoredoms, and did serve God with all diligence day and night. That is what a true disciple does. Verse 6, and thus they did put an end to all those wicked and secret and abominable combinations, in the which there was so much wickedness and so many murders committed. True disciples do not have any association with those wicked combinations of the Gadianton robbers. They don't buy into the contention. They don't buy into all of that going on. They're focused on the Savior. In fact, I love verse number 7. Verse 7 you might look at and think it's not the most spiritual verse in the world. I think there's something to be taught here. And thus had the 22nd year passed away, and the 23rd year also, and the 24th, and the 25th, and thus had 25 years passed away. Along those lines, verse 8, there have been many things transpired, which in the eyes of some would be great and marvelous. Nevertheless, they cannot all be written in this book, all of these great and marvelous things. This book cannot contain even 100th part of what was done among so many people in the space of 25 years. Things must have been going so well that Mormon is just like, you know what? Let me just tell you, 5 years passed away, 25 years passed away, and these people are doing great. So Mormon's like, not a lot needs to be said right here. These people are disciples, and I wonder if it just empowered him to be able to be like, you know what? I'm also a disciple of Jesus Christ. I just think that's so cool. Now back to what we're focusing on this whole week. If you knew that the most significant event to ever happen to you were coming in 8 years, 25 years has passed away. We know that Jesus comes in about 34 or so. Could you be patient and have discipline and self-control and stay true to your values so that you could experience it? Well, you go over to chapter 6. All you got to do is look at the chapter heading, The Nephites Prosper. And that always gets me nervous because you see the Nephites prosper. Those 3 words right there, they get me so nervous in the scriptures because historically speaking, you know what happens. Now, verse 4 and 5, they began again to prosper and to wax great. And the 26th and the 27th years passed away. We're getting closer. And there was great order in the land, and they had formed laws according to equity and justice. Verse 5, and now, this is almost scary when you read this verse. There was nothing in all the land to hinder the people from prospering continually. This is more storm and teasing us, except they should fall into transgression, because he knows what's going on as he's going through this. Now, they appointed leaders that are doing good. They're repairing cities, tons of road construction going on, right? Verse 9, thus passed away the 28th year, and the people had continual peace. So, if you knew that the most significant event ever happened to you were coming in 4 to 5 years, could you be patient, discipline yourselves, and stay true to your values so that you could experience it? I really believe that if you stay a true disciple, the things that we've read about today and what we talked about, I think you're going to make it, which then leads us to what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing these messages. We're so grateful, as always, that you do that. If you like what you see, please click that like button. And of course, you got to go check out our amazingly comfortable gospel-themed socks at BOM-BITES.com. Godspeed. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.